Hello again and welcome to another segment of Mia's Cuisine. I am delighted to showcase to you guys what I have already shown you guys before, but with the differences in fillings. Yes, today I will be baking chicken pie. Yes, you heard me correctly, not meat pie, chicken pie. So how do we get to this? Anyway, first what you need your chicken breast. So this is my chicken breast. I've washed and chopped in smaller pieces so it will be easier to press. It will be easier to smash it very easily. So we are going to steam that. What you also need, you need some carrot cut in square-like shapes and some potatoes also cut in square-like shapes. You also need some onions. So this is just for the fillings. For the dough, we'll come back to that on another time. And I also have the different mixture of the dough, which makes it even softer and can last more in the fridge without getting harder. So let's start with our fillings first, our chicken fillings. So we're gonna steam this maybe for about 10 minutes. If you notice there's not enough water to actually steam, you can put a little bit of water, just a little bit. You don't want water into the fillings, so just a little bit to allow it to steam. There's our chicken. I'll steam up. So like I said before, you need a little bit of salt, a pinch of salt actually, to get it steam up. So you see, there's no water left in it, so we're good to go. Let's get to the next step. The next thing you'll do is smash the chicken either with a spoon or with your hands. Put on the gloves and smash the chicken. You can let it cool down first before doing that, because it's kind of still hot for me. Here's my chicken. I'm done smashing. The next step is to start frying, to blend, to mix the carrot, the potatoes, and the chicken. So let's get to that. So you put some oil of your choice in the pot, maybe 1/3, 80 ml. Put it in the pot. When it's hot and ready, you put in your onion. So what you will need here, you will need salt. Some people use Maggi, sometimes I do, but sometimes I just use clubhouse spices. It doesn't matter what you use a spice of your choice. I just want a different flavor for my everyday cooking, which I always use Maggi. So I'll use clubhouse spices and some salt. Actually chop a whole onion. You can either use the red or whichever you prefer. And you chop in square like this. Here we are. Put in our chicken. You change the chicken after it has been steamed. We just put in our carrot and stuff. Number of carrots are actually used for 4 carrots and 2 potatoes that are sliced and chopped. Since the carrots and the potatoes have water in them, you should allow it to steam. You cover the pot low heat and allow it to steam before venturing to put in any additional water. ready to steam on its own with the carrot and the potatoes, and see how far it can go without you adding any water as of yet. Cover the pot. At this time you can also put your salt, your clubhouse spice or spice of your choice to taste. A teaspoon of the clubhouse spice will do, and a pinch of salt, because since we had put salt originally in the chicken to start off with. So just make sure you taste it. You don't want to overdo it or underdo it. So you let it steam for about 5 minutes with frequent stirring to prevent it from burning. And while you do that, this is our mixture of flour. You take 2 tablespoons of flour, put a little quantity of water in it, mix up and put into the fillings. This will enable this filling to stick together. You don't want the carrot on one side and the chicken or the potatoes on another side, so you want the filling to stick together. So 2 tablespoons of flour. Like I was saying, with the flour and water, this is like the sticky effect. This will allow the chicken, the potatoes, the carrot to stick together. Okay, so you allow it. After that, you allow it to cook for another 5 to 10 minutes. Make sure you have enough salt if you're using Maggi or a spice of your choice. So to taste, you should allow it to cook until you can testify that the potatoes and the carrots are soft. So I've tasted mine. They are not soft as of yet. Since it's in low heat, it's difficult to speed up the process because I don't want it to burn. So I'll just have to put the lid on the pot again and wait for the potatoes to be soft. While we're waiting for our filling to come to completion, we can start preparing our dough. So what you need for your dough is, I use all-purpose flour, I use condensed milk. This is 354 ml. I use 2 of this. I use Crisco shortening or Crisco butter. I use the whole pack of this. And I use sugar. I use 8 teaspoons of sugar. I don't like it sweet, but my husband does, so we met in the middle somehow. So 8 tablespoons. I don't yet know 8 teaspoons actually. I don't yet know the quantity of the flour, but as we go along, we have to be counting it in cups. So this is 1 cup. So count as we go along. So you open your milk. Either you use the condensed milk or the normal milk we drink. You can do that. So like I said, 355 ml. I use 2 of these. Pour in the bowl. Pour in a bowl. Put your sugar. 8 teaspoons of sugar into it and a pinch of salt. Stir. Warm in the microwave for 2 minutes or 2 minutes 20 seconds. So that's what I did. So here's my Crisco shortening. Like I said, I use the whole pack. I've learned that to have the dough softer, you need more butter and maybe even some eggs. You see, we learn as we go along. So I use the whole pack of this. Put it in here. You stir. Then you put your eggs. I'm gonna use 2 eggs. So I beat my eggs, put it into it and stir. And don't forget your baking powder, a teaspoon of baking powder, and you mix. I know some people used to ask me in grams, in pounds, so this actually is 454 grams and it's 1 pound and it's 250 ml. So 250 ml, 454 grams or 1 pound. That's the quantity of this Crisco butter. I'll then put in my warm milk. So this is 2 cups or 355 ml each, 2 of this. Since it's already warm, it's easier for the butter to melt off. So that's my tactic. Melt it off gradually. So now the next thing we put is our baking powder, 1 teaspoon. Since all this is done, we can start putting our flour. So up. That's the 3rd cup. We'll add 2 more cups. So this is the 6 cup, so be cautious, do it gradually. You don't want it to be too hot. Gradually. I just put half of the 6 cup. When you realize the dough can clean the bowl easily without any stickiness, means your mixture is prepped. But I will want to make it 6 cups in total, so you know that we use 2 cans of condensed milk, 6 cups of flour, 454 grams or a pound or 250 ml of butter, 8 teaspoons of sugar. I want it to be a specific quantity so you're not confused. So I use all the 6 cups of flour in 2 cans of condensed milk, or you can say 2 cups of milk of your choice, 455 grams or 1 pound or 250 ml of butter, 8 teaspoons of sugar, 1 teaspoon of baking powder to have this mixture. Do you see how soft it is? How you can easily clean the bowl without any stickiness? You see my gloves? No stickiness means it's good. When you see that, means it's good. That's the texture or the mixture of the dough you like to have. Soft, which can be easily stored in the fridge, so for further usage. Okay. When you think your filling is all ready, So you put it in an open container or a tray or something of sort to cool down. When it's cool, you can start rolling the pie. So the next step is to start rolling and making the pie. Here's our dough. You cut a little quantity. Like this. Put in the board and roll. You don't have to run to the store now to get a rolling pin. You can use a bottle or a rolling pin. Okay? What I also use is this to give a proper shape or a consistent shape. That's what I do. Take out and you put in your filling. You have some eggs, put around because we want a proper seal. And use a fork to close the edges. So you're done, place on the baking pan. Once more, you put this quantity of dough, roll, you shape, put in some fillings. You apply some eggs around the edges. You close and seal with a fork. You put in the baking pan. It's that simple. After you're done rolling your first batch, as you can see, I'm done. You put it in the oven, bake 300 degrees. That's what you start with. I don't want it to get burned. And maybe after 10 minutes or 12 you check to make sure. Oh, there's something I miss. Before putting it into the oven, we have to apply some eggs at the back of it. It gives it a brownish glow. Now it's good to go to the oven. It's been 23 minutes, so far you flip over. You have to keep in mind that no two ovens are the same. Some are hotter than some and some are not close to being hot. So based on the temperature of your oven, like you can see the ones in the back and not yet ready. So you just make sure you put a watchful eye on it. But this is the color you want to have by the time it's ready. Both sides are ready, so this is what I always like to do, and put it upright so the bottom can be baked as well. It took approximately 45 minutes for both sides to be properly cooked. So here we are. Here is my findings. We put in a strainer and let it cool before you munch. Here is chicken pie. It's the same as meat pie. The only difference is the chicken and the meat. So you just follow the steps as shown in the video, and you will get yourself exactly what I got here. Once again, here is our final touch-up chicken pie. What you need again, you need chicken, which is chicken breast. You chop the chicken into little pieces. You steam with some onion and some salt. When the chicken is all steamed for about 10 minutes, you smash either with a spoon or with your hands. In order to prepare the fillings for the chicken, you put a little bit of oil on the pot, whatever oil it is that you use. Put a little bit of oil on the pot, put in your chopped onion, let it bring it to crisp. Then you put the chicken breast that you've smashed into it, along with the carrot and the potatoes. Allow it to cook for about 10 minutes. You mix 2 tablespoons of flour in a little bowl of water and pour inside. This is to mix up the potatoes, the carrot and the chicken, to melange it so it can be as one and not separated. Pour it inside and you allow it to cook for 10 to 15 minutes until there's no more water in the chicken. Then you are done, all until your carrot and potatoes are soft enough for your taste. Then we go to the dough. For the dough, you need butter, you need sugar, you need eggs, you need milk, you need baking powder, you need flour, and you follow the instructions as shown based on the quantity of butter, milk, flour that I use, and eggs, and you will get exactly what I got. Like I said before, it's the same as meat pie. The only difference is the chicken from the meat. So whichever you prefer, you go for it. Once again, it's always a pleasure serving you and cooking for you. Take care and enjoy. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, share or subscribe, and your comments are always welcome. Once again, this is me accusing.